make a team, like the coaching staff, the other riders, the ones who inspire you, the ones that you're hoping you will inspire. And again, with Team Novo Nordisk, with their type 1 diabetes fight, I think it's just a tremendous thing for kids to see that, to see that you can succeed. You don't have to let it beat you. You can be whatever you want to be. Next up, we have this UCI Elite Men's Omnium final event, a points race.
Biggie there, if you notice, the great graphic, 78 laps, but they get sprints points on every 6 laps. I think it's, if I can remember, I think, isn't it 5, 3, 2, and 1 points for the riders?
Yes. And it can get confusing without a scorecard. That's like, it's funny, you see people go to baseball games and keep the book, and that's kind of what you have to do during a points race. You have to keep the book on who's scoring points, when, what, how. And it's always those 4th place points that you miss, that little 1-pointer that sneaks in there, that little 2-pointer that can make the difference.
So I'm going to go with 13 sets of points.
It's a good breakdown there, Jim.
Hey, it's summertime. I don't have to do math. I don't have to do math in the summertime, Gary.
Oh, it's math. Math is for the summertime, because you know how many days left before you go back to school.
Ouch.
It's what I always say, once we hit 4th of July, summer's over anyway.
There you go. I know a lot of people who would agree with you, but I know some people who wouldn't. Here we go. They're going out. 13 sets of points. The first set going to come our way very shortly. Guy who's got to be on his toes for this race is not the riders. It's our stat guy, Nick, out here.
It is. Every 6 laps, this gets really tough. And then there's a breakaway group. It makes it even tougher because the breakaway group gets back into the field. Sometimes they lap the field twice. You just kind of like lose track of who's leading whom.
So right now, these first 2 sets of points, very important, I think, because they set the table.
Absolutely. Right now, John Kroom, despite what happened in that last race, is still leading the Omnium with 102 points, but he's followed right behind by Jamal Eastwood with 100 points. So 2 points separate Kroom and Eastwood. Meanwhile, Edwin Sutherland is back with 94. Jackson Kinbrough with 92. Juan Esteban Arango Caraval with 86. Mathias Guillemette with 84. And Silico.
Points lap coming up. They're at 75. The points will go out at 72.
That's good math.
Yep.
You've got to be good at math, though. You do bowling. So.
Yeah.
No,
it's all automatic today. Although, I'll never forget how to keep score. Hey, there were guys, I know we're varying away from cycling here. There were bowlers that loved to keep score. A name comes to mind, automatic. Al Smith, he used to get picked in our Classic League first. Now, he's a good bowler, don't get me wrong, but he would get picked first because Al loved to keep score. So there was always a captain who wanted him on the team because he loved it at the board. And that we're talking about back in the day of the wax pencil. He loved it.
And we've got the bell for the first sprint of the evening. We've got Rider 36, Mathias Guillemette, taking off to Trois-Rivières, Quebec. He's got a rider on his rear wheel, though. Now he's got a rider accelerating over the top. Looks to be another Canadian. It's hard to tell with all these dark colors. It will be Guillemette taking it.
Okay.
Guillemette takes the first. And that group
grabs the first group of 5 points.
That group of 5 who came across, they're still pushing it.
So maybe they want to shake this thing up right out of the chute here.
You've got a pursuit group of 7, a lead group of 5. John Kroom in that lead group. Kroom, leading the Omnium, knows he's got to finish here in the top 1 or 2
or he's not going to hold
not
down
gonna
that
win.
number one spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to keep his eye on Jamal Eastman, rider number 35, and whatever Eastman does and whatever Edwin Sutherland 46 do, he's got to make sure he does just as good or better.
All right, so you have Guillemette picked up the 5 points. Arangio Carnaval picked up 3. 2 were picked up by Kroom, so he hung right in there. And I think there's one more point, and it's Nathan Roberts kind of sniped that 1 point.
So that's speaks good for Mr. Kroom after one sprint. We've got another breakaway lead here. I think that was clever Jose Martinez Morris leading in the front there in blue and white. A
couple riders leading out. They're going to hang tough. And that is Martinez Moros and Tristan Vanderfield. He points out at 66. So it is Vanderfield. They're going to work together.
I mean, this is in the points race. This can stick. Now we're coming up to the sprint. Fraction trail. You got rider number 41. That's Ethan Ogrodnichuk on the tail. And again, Kroom kind of riding tempo here, making sure, trying to mark the riders he needs to be aware of, so he doesn't finish far behind them or make sure that he finishes equal to them.
So that is going to be
rider number
Martinez Moros.
Followed by Manderfeld. You've got the field trying to accelerate. Got about a third of a track lead here for the leaders. In third place in that round was Ogrodnichuk. Now Kroom has dropped to the back of the field. Again, he's got to be super concerned with just 2 riders here, well, 3 riders really, with Jamal Eastman, rider 35, Edwin Sutherland, 46, and Jackson Kinneberg, rider number 38.
Martinez Moros, again, working together with Tristan Vanderfield. They're pushing this lead a little bit, Gary.
Yes, they are. They're opening it up. It's only about a third of a track there. Now, Kroom was up at the front there, though, so he's just taking turns with his pulls. Again, he's probably just trying to mark the riders that are going to be most dangerous to him to win the Omnium overall, the title.
11 sets of points to go out.
He can lose this race, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, depending on what the riders who are closest to him in the Omnium standings are doing. So this is as much mental as it is physical. Trying to count the points, trying to watch your competition. And if it was me, I think I'd try to go for win the race or my best position in the race and not worry about the rest of the riders.
No, I agree. And I think you got these 2 riders who are out ahead, Vanderfield and Martinez Moros. They can work together because now they're almost a half track ahead.
Yeah, they did pull up that last lap and a half, really helped them out.
And here they go. They're still working hard. They could use one more rider, I think, to really, really, really let this thing get away from the rest of the field. As Vanderfield checks it out. Great camera shot as they took a peek across the track.
Vanderfield wins that sprint.
I'm going to kind of try and time them out here as they go. But the line now, the pursuers stretch out across the track, but I'm going to say they're a good 9 or 10 seconds ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, so I had Manderfeld first there in that one.
Right. Martinez Moros should have been second.
Moros. Then I had rider 46, Edwin Sutherland. So Kroom's got to watch that.
I missed him.
And rider 29,
Ryan Jastrab picked up 1 point.
So Sutherland is one of the riders who who can give Kroom problems.
Let's check it out here. Here they come across the start-finish line.
Both Kroom and Sutherland have 2 points each for third place finishes in the sprints.
Well, I got them about 7 seconds right now ahead of the field. We've got a set of points coming out at 54. That'll be 3 laps. But now here they come.
Yeah,
they realize the urgency. They're coming after them.
They've got a group of 5 there with Kroom in there. They're chasing down. They're all being very short with the pulls they're taking. They're all giving up, but they're all in the group, but they're just switching the lead pull really quick. No one wants to take that full long. Now they all pull up. That whole chase group just pulled up.
And they had trimmed 2 seconds of basically off the lead. Let's see where it goes now. But here comes that crew now, drops to the bottom 4 riders.
And this is the second set that came from the field after the lead set gave up. Not gave up, but conceded, said, okay, we did our work, now somebody else do your work.
They trimmed another second off there, now only about 3 seconds behind. I'm going to say in 2 laps, our leaders are going to be caught. Or sooner.
Robert Mayfield is the weak link in this field right now. He is way back. He's in danger of within a half a lap of being lapped. We're up to the points, and now we've got contestant in here for the points. And like a rocket, we have Guillemette coming again.
That's Kroom, I believe. Is that Kroom down? No, he's in.
Kroom's in the Stars and Stripes.
Right.
He's in 4th place right now. He's trying to shoot. Guillemette is in front of him. Guillemette is leading this one out. Kroom's sitting in 4th place right now.
So Guillemette is going to get the first set of points.
So I do believe Kroom took 4th in that one.
So Guillemette, though, has taken 2, so he's got at least 10 points in this race.
Now we have rider 38. That is Kinneberg. Again, he's another one that's in contention for the Omnium title. The ones that Kroom has to mark, has to watch, can't fall behind.
Kinneberg was in 3rd for the Omnium, correct?
Yes, if he was in 3rd, then he and Kroom are tied with 3 points each.
Going to get another set of points coming out at 48, so 4 laps to go. Guillemette in front.
So Kinneberg has 3 points. Kroom has 3 points. Guillemette has 10.
At 10, Guillemette took the first set and he took the 4th set.
Martinez Moroz has 8, so he's in 2nd place overall right now.
But now the field has really, those guys that were leading are not separate. Everything's back to
back to square one.
A mixed amoeba. Leading out that one is Jamal Eastman. We're going to give out this other set of points. We're going to go to break, but we'll be back then with some new point totals and some more laps to see. There you see them, flags of many nations waving here at the Valley Preferred Cycling Center. Jim Kripke along with Gary Blockus, Service Electric Network crew, and we are in a big one, Gary. It was 78 laps. Right now leading the field is Manderfield. He's got 16 points. Kinneberg has 13. Moros Martinez 12. Guillemette 10. But more importantly, the Omnium points have tightened up.
That's significantly. Kroom is tied with Kinneberg right now, and it's going to come down to all these final sprints here. That is rider 49 with the win there.
That is Arango Caraval. He picks up 5. And I'm not sure who else picked up points. It's tough to catch them as they fly across.
The field is fractured significantly. There's a group of like 5 riders leading right now.
But Kinneberg still with 13.
John Kroom, who was your Omnium leader when we left, he has not had a sprint point since that 4th sprint, and he is clinging on to a tie right now for first place overall in the Omnium.
And the Omnium also, Jamal Eastman with 100 points. And I think we have a second rider with 100 points, and that is Edwin Sutherland.
So Sutherland is a big competition right now, but Kinneberg has really come on with 2 sprint victories and a 2nd place finish so far in this race. We
only have 3 sets of points to go out. 12 laps, 6 laps in the final, and I think the finals generally are double.
Not in
this one. Not in UCI. Okay, so that's what we're doing.
Right.
Friday Night Lights.
Right. I enjoy that. It always is extra incentive.
So we're looking at Manderfield and Kinneberg in terms of this individual race.
The leaders have now lapped the field, so there'll be point deductions here. Kroom just lost 20 points.
That's not going to help.
So Kinneberg is in front all alone with 105 points. With Kroom being lapped, you go down points. Eastman is now second with 100 points, tied with Sutherland with 100. And we've got Arango Caraval with 99, Martinez Moroz with 95. But the big news is Kroom, who was leading the Omnium, has now been lapped. He's got to work really hard over these last 13 laps if he wants to try and get a lap back and regain his points.
There's the bell. They'll go to the lap points for 12 laps left in the race.
This is 3 sprints in all. And here come the Flyers. Woo!
They are really pushing it out. That's Guillemette, Mathias Guillemette.
It's rider 36. Nope, it's rider 26.
Sorry, rider 26. That is Tristan Manderfield, 28.
Oh, 28, Manderfeld. So Manderfeld takes that sprint.
So he's got 21 points. Probably going to almost lock up the race. It depends where Kinneberg finished in that set of points.
No, he'll lock up the race, but it doesn't appear like he's going to win the Omnium.
Correct. That
is still between Kinneberg. Yeah, Manderfeld is the leader on the track right now, followed by Morris, Martinez, Jastrup, and Eastman.
So Kinneberg and Eastman have the chance going for the Omnium points.
So Eastman making slow inroads. In a long race like this, when there's 13 sprints, if you can chip away and get into that lead, that's the good thing.
We're going to give points out, 6 laps to go. Again, no double points. UCI race. I want to thank our crew, the cameramen here tonight. Alex Hazard, Jake Leiby, Joe Wolokovich, Rocco Maffa, and Paul Long. 9 laps to go. 3 for points. 3 more laps.
That's the lead group right there. You see at the camera. Or some of the leaders, some of the people are actually lapped.
they're commingled.
This is what makes it difficult trying to award points, but that was Dakota Steiner who had the lead pull, pulling back up on her. Four riders have been lapped. Lose 20 points for that. And you've got Flyer on the bottom, and the attack comes as the split starts.
There it is, the bell for the point lap. Is that Matthias Sutherland, I believe, leading it out?
It's Danielle Matthews, I think, 19. And here comes, I believe it's Vargas, Vargas.
Leaders pushing it out hard. Here they come.
No, it's Martinez Moroz.
Martinez Moroz. He's got 5 points. So Martinez Moroz might have 17 points.
That's his third lap victory.
But did Manderfield pick up any points? That would be the key to find out if he's still holding down the race lead.
Still waiting for officials. And that 12th sprint. One sprint remaining.
Five laps to go. One set of points.
Kenny Berg picked up second point for third on that lap.
So he's got 50. I have him at 15 points.
He is now leading the Omnium with 108 points, followed by Moroz Martinez with 103. So Moroz Martinez has made great inroads here.
And Jamal Eastman in third spot at 101.
Martinez's big chance here is to take first place on the last sprint and have Kenny Berg finish out of the placing. They would have 108 points each for the Omnium, but by virtue of most points on the last sprint, he would win.
And he sees a big push, or another rider maybe trying to play spoiler.
Mathias.
Can he stay? They're looking for Moroz Martinez, who's at 17 points. There's 2 laps to go.
Keep your eyes on 52 and 38 because that's not going to just decide this race, but it's going to decide the overall, the Omnium, which is what this is part of.
Takes a look back at that Manderfield. That's Matthews, number 19. He's going to throw a wrench into the works.
That's Nate Roberts, isn't it? Number 18?
Is that 18, Nate Roberts, or is it?
It's 18, 18. It is. It's Nate Roberts.
Nate Roberts is going to take the 5-er. That's huge.
Well, he's not going to take the 5-er. He's just leading. And he's trying to put it down.
Yep.
But he's pushing the riders. And I think that's Jastrod. And now here come the big guns.
Bunch of riders. Can't see the numbers. 49 riders. That's Arango Carvalho. But somebody snuck in, took the last set of 5. 36, rider 36. That's Mathias Guillemette.
So Guillemette with his 4th lap win of the evening.
I have him at least 15 points. Bunch of riders make a move.
What a finish.
Mathias Guillemette runs it. Look, he's happy.
Look at him going. Look at that speed. Look at the impressive work there. Just a push. They're going for it all here. They don't care if they got the points to win, and they're just a push to the finish.
And I don't think any of the lead riders were in those top 5.
So the way it looks now, if they weren't, then it would be Kenny Berg winning the overall, winning the Omnium.
At 108, Kenny Berg. And there's a good look at the crowd. And as our spectators will leave the stadium.
There's one more week of UCI racing here next week. If you want to come out, it's Friday and Saturday nights, both nights. There's also racing Saturday evening this week.
And there's a look at the drawbridge across going to the infield. So that'll do it from the Valley Preferred Cycling Center. For Doug Long, our director, our entire crew, Gary Blockus, my partner, this is Jim Kripke saying, watch us again on SEN.